my name is Olympio Alli. I'm a Nigerian national cricket player and I play cricket for Ibejuleki Cricket Club as well. I'm an alumnus of University of Lagos, studied human kinetics and health education, and I'm just a sportsman who loves sports basically. About 14 years now. I started off as a football player, and over time I developed interest in playing cricket, and from there the passion grew and I became exceptional in what I do. Before I played under 15 back then I was not able to play under 19 because of exams in school and all, so I moved on to the senior national side. I joined 2008. It was a tour to South Africa. That was my debut tournament for the country, 2008, and it was actually a close one because I wasn't supposed to be on the side. I was on standby, so something happened to one of the players, so I was picked instead of him. That was how I have been playing consistently till now. Well, basically, cricket is still growing in Nigeria, in as much as it has been in existence for quite a while now. But it's still growing, and it can only be better, you know. Just when you expect the country to grow, there's a change of power. There's a change in power, rather, and different styles, different methods of organization. So that is a bit of a problem sports generally has at the moment. Okay, firstly, the current national side is a new team. Apparently, we have 7 debutants, and the Ghanaian side, they've been playing together for the past 7 years. So obviously, they have the edge over us because, you know, for a team to be beatable, you must must have been playing together for quite a while. So that's another factor that really affected us. And, you know, all in all, it's all right. We tried out in our own little way, but, you know, when there's no two ways about it. You've not been playing together. They only assembled you in about 2 months. So how do you expect to pull that off? You know, coming second on the home soil was okay, but then it's not what we really want. We wanted to win the tournament, but, you know, they presented a much better side than we do. But paper for paper, we have almost the same skill, but then the experience isn't there. They have more experience than we do at the moment. They're beatable though. We need to train more and we need to play more, basically. The amount of cricket we're playing here compared to what we face out there it's nothing close. So we need to play consistently to get to the top. And if you don't play well, I don't think you can perform well. And ICC World Division 5 it's another level entirely compared to what we're playing here, and the surface in which we'll be playing is different from what we're playing here. So a whole lot of factors added. Majority of us, we need to go abroad, in as much as we have 3 overseas players at the moment, 1 in Australia, 1 in Canada, and the other 1 in the UK. But then it's not good enough. They need to play, we all need to play on that same condition so that we can actually understand how the playing environment is and how we can actually become better. Okay, sports development basically it has to come from the angle of you catching them young and not neglecting the fact that they have to be educated as well, because skill is temporal, class is permanent. You need to catch them and you need to educate them on how to understand that if you are engaging in a particular sport, you're not supposed to engage in other sports competitively because of certain factors, which could be injury, it could be life-threatening, and some other aspects, sports development in Nigeria isn't encouraging that much, because compared to the outside world, the way they develop their athletes is different from the way we develop ours. Some states adopt that method, but then I don't think sports development is getting where we need to do for us to actually compete. If you look at the likes of the National Sports Festival, each time we compete, Rivers State comes at the top almost all the time, because the way they treat their athletes has a significance to how they treat their athletes out there. You know, when you have them being given a contract, being given adequate monitoring, giving education, you know, everything is quite easy for them to actually focus on the sports. I cannot imagine a national player, or let's say a mere player, studying at the same time and competing at the same time. You know, these are two different things, but you can actually merge it to become one. But most people do not really understand that. And it all boils down to the coaching, it boils down to the administration, it boils down to so many factors that is really, really affecting the growth of sports in Nigeria, basically. So the administrative part, they are not doing enough. And there's a little the players can do. If they are not motivated enough to do what they love to do, then there's no way they can actually perform. Yes, obviously. If each country has their own number one sport, and Nigeria, football happens to be our number one sport. But if they can give enough attention to other sports, which is very, very impossible, because where we get our pride from, like if you meet anyone, the first thing they say is, Nigeria is known for football. Apparently, we've not been performing consistently on football at the moment. But other sports have been prevailing, but how many news are you hearing of them? So they are biased about it, and which is not really, really healthy for other sports development. I think so far, with all the friendly matches they've played, their approach, I think they stand a good chance. They may qualify with Argentina. They may qualify, but the chances of beating Argentina is slim. That one we won. That one a fluke. So basically, it's not. They will do well, but beating Argentina, and I doubt it. I feel it should be privatized, basically, because they know what they are after. The government would not handle it as much as a private sector would do, just like you have any other sports there. If a private organization handles, it becomes more, the publicity becomes higher, because they would pop in the money. They have the money to spend, but the government has a whole lot of things to take care of before they can equally say they want to consider sports in general. So if sports is being privatized, it gives them more leverage, more sponsorship, more benefits to sports generally. But the government, if you have to keep waiting for them, okay, I'll give you an example now. Take, for example, when President Buhari was to attend to the victorious, was it under-19 Nigeria that went, there were these rumors that said they were giving 10,000 naira each. I don't know what that's all about. But imagine if it was a private sector, they would have been rewarded handsomely. So, and that would have promoted their growth, and at the same time the sports in general, because people want to benefit from, oh my God, look at what they are getting. They want to strive and, you know, do more. But as for the government, the support isn't there enough. So it's better it's being privatized than giving the government to take care of it, because they won't treat the players fairly. So far, cricket-wise, I have been to places, I have played in certain conditions. I have played in extreme cold, I've played in extreme heat. I've played in a normal weather, like people would classify Nigerian weather to be normal. but if you go outside, it's either it's too cold or it's too hot. I've played in Asia, I've played in Europe, I've played in South Africa, I've played in East Africa, I've played quite a while. The only continent I've not played is America, basically. So for sports, I think I'm getting there, and my aim is to play in America. Then I would be fulfilled first. And in terms of sports generally, I am a creator of different ideas in terms of sports. So hopefully I want to become an administrator. I have a brand presently that I am working on. It's called Prolificient, where we have pros coming together to form a team and develop games, develop schools, get them to the heights where they would see sports as something very, very important and necessary. Now, Prolificient is a brand where we have sports like dynamic sports, which a whole lot of people do not know about. It's an invention that we created, and just watch out for Prolificient. They would come out and they have hiking. They do hiking for people, where you have people go for hiking within Lagos. I'm sure you'll be wondering, where can we hike in Lagos? These are things that we did as students in the University of Lagos. We encountered it, and we fashioned a way to actually turn it into something people can actually appeal to. So sports generally is something I do, it's something I love to do, and something I'll encourage my own kids to do. Whatever he wants to do when he grows, that's up to him. But at the moment, I'm all about sports. Thank you for having me.